We're talking about Revolutionary Road.
So this is with the Revolutionary War, the British and the Americans.
It's a war of some sort going on because they ain't number fighting in this shit.
Don't shoot till you see the whites.
I think they should have just called this "She Puts What Where."
Whoa! What kind of movie is this?
It's not a happy one. Let's put it that way.
No, this is definitely not an upper of a film. It's kind of a Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf without the funny parts.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably the best kind of comparison I've heard of that. This is a movie that it's a very, very well-made movie. Everything about this movie is perfectly put together. The problem is the story is so depressing without a single ray of hope that you really don't want to be watching it even while you're watching it.
Yeah. It's about this young couple living in Connecticut. The Wheelers.
Connecticut? That's the worst thing possible.
Well, there you go. Apparently Connecticut will fuck up a marriage real bad.
The Bushes are from Connecticut.
Oh, it's all over now.
Well, there you go.
I didn't even see that hidden side, that depth.
You see that? Why they brought so much misery to the country?
I know what the director Sam Mendes was actually just trying to say fuck Bush.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, the metaphor for fucking up this marriage is fucking up the country. No, but this couple, the movie opens up with them just having trouble right off the bat, man. And you see them meet each other. And it starts out kind of sweet. They meet each other. It's Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right. Back together again.
Together again for the first time.
Well, no, and that's actually the brilliance of this film. Casting these two people that to an entire generation are the star-crossed lovers, seeing what would have happened had they actually gotten married and had to deal with the shit without him dying when they're still in love with one another.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's a good lesson for everybody who has this great love. If only we could have been together. It's like, y'all probably would have broke up within 6 months.
Yeah, no, this is that kind of movie where they say like 70% of marriages fail. This is the aftermath of all the romantic movies that we've seen. Because we get about 5 minutes of them looking at each other at a party.
If that.
Yeah, and like saying, oh, we were meant for each other. Do a little dance, make a little love, and the next scene, to the fucking moon, Wheeler, the moon!
It sucks the unrealistic romance right out of it, like, what's that thing? Oh, Marriage does, yeah.
No, this movie is not a movie to watch if you are engaged to be married or if you're thinking about marriage. This movie is entirely about how marriages can go terribly, terribly wrong. There isn't a single positive marriage in this film. There are 3 major marriages here. They're all unhappy.
Yeah, and what got me is that these two people, there's no right or wrong. They both get on everybody's fucking nerves. You can understand why they shouldn't be with each other. They shouldn't be with anybody because they're just fighting. I mean, things could be settled. Like you think one person's wrong, like, oh, Kate Winslet's being a bitch, but no, Leonardo DiCaprio keeps fucking with her, so he's the one that should like be held responsible for this. Because right after we get that scene of them like meeting each other, what Kate Winslet has had a bad night. Because in the first scene she says, I want to be an actress. And he's like, well, I'm a working man. And she's like, oh, that's romantic. Let's get together. And then the next scene, she's like, I'm a failed actress. And then he's like, I hate my job. And so, they're riding down the road, man. And she's like, he went to go see a play of hers. And you're thinking like, oh, this is where he went to go see her at her play. It's great. And then you find out, oh no, he's married and she's a terrible actress. So he's like looking at her acting, he's like, fuck, she's terrible. and they're going home, and he's like saying, he keeps messing with her. He's like saying, look, baby, it's okay. The play was bad. These people, the amateurs, are like, well, it's okay. Be quiet. It's all right. No, really. I mean, you shouldn't have done it. I told you not to do this, but I'm trying to help you. And she's like, I just need some time right now. I appreciate that. Leave me alone. He's like, no, see, I'm trying to help you out. You ain't listening to me. Quit fucking with me. And it's like, oh, Jesus, man.
When did this couple become black? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's not how that conversation exactly went.
Well, he's interpreting it for me.
I'm trying ebonics.
I'm sorry. I forgot he was acting as a translator.
Motherfucker! And then they stopped and had some Church's fried chicken. I'm sorry.
One of the things that like I found upsetting about watching this, and not necessarily in a bad way, and the way they intended, was that these fights were so real. They really are. I've never seen anything that captured so accurately exactly what it's like when you get in a fight with your significant other.
How
Just
would you
the
know?
stupid, irrational shit that you say to each other. This movie, the only way it could have been more realistic is if they were sitting there reading the paper and Leonardo DiCaprio starts farting and she goes, "Oh Jesus!" and he goes,
Well, that's the same way we felt about Knocked Up, where it's like, man, I can't enjoy this because his fights are so real. There's nothing fun about them.
But he has a point. He's exactly right. I mean, these performances are great. And these fights are very real. The only problem with this is that this movie is all fights except for like maybe the middle where there's a bright ray of hope where they say she's like, because Kate Winslet again comes in and says, you know, baby, you want to do this thing of going to live in France and doing what you want to do. I can support you and let's do that. But of course, it doesn't go that way. And the rest of the movie is them fighting again.
It's like 2 hours at your parents' house. It really is.
Wow. Yeah.
There's moments where it's like, this is why I love home. Oh, wait a second. Mom and dad are at it again. Shit.
It really is that kind of couple where you're at their house and you feel uncomfortable because they're fighting, and either you want to kick them out your house or you want to leave from their house, but you can't leave because you don't want to be rude.
Do you guys understand that everything you're saying about this movie is telling me this is my kind of movie and I cannot wait to see it?
Well, now that none of us are talking bad about it. The thing is it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
But it's a very good movie for the type of person who wants to watch that kind of a rough experience in a film.
Yeah, it's a hard watch. You love the uncomfortable films. You'll probably really like this movie. I really liked this movie a lot. I think there was a lot more depth to it than you guys seem to think there was. I think it's really not so much an anti-marriage film as much as it is, look, before you're going to commit to someone for the rest of your life, you better make damn sure that you've done all the stuff you want to do for yourself. Don't put things, like part of the problem with their relationship is Kate Winslet's character pictures Leonardo DiCaprio's character as being sort of the same as her, but he's not.
Right.
Sweetheart, what are you talking about? Where are we going to live?
Paris.
What?
You always said it was the only place you'd ever been that you wanted to go back to, the only place that was worth living. So why don't we go there?
You're serious?
Yes. What's stopping us?
What's stopping us? Well, I can think of a number of different things.
He's a guy who's happy just settling with life, with the normal things. She never was that person, and they let the whole romance part of it, blind them to the truth of who they really are.
That's too often what goes wrong in a marriage is that the one person is looking for the other person to complete that part of them that's missing.
Yeah.
And in their head, they see it happening, and they will almost go for somebody that they subconsciously know won't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to make that happen.
But the problem is that this film is really focused upon how these marriages go wrong and how things get put on the back burner. Where you take that job where it's like, well, I'm going to work here for 3 months while we get our money up, but then we're taking off to France. And then it's like, oh, hey, this came up. Oh, well, you know what? That's great. Well, I'll just work here a little longer and we'll take care of this. And it's watching all those dominoes fall until you wake up one morning and go, fuck, what happened to my life? Why am I here? And this movie is all about waking up and saying, why am I here?
No, we didn't talk about one of the best things about this movie, which was a supporting actor guy in this. What's this actor's name?
Michael Shannon.
Oh, my God.
This is the guy from Bug who played the crazy guy there. He's crazy once again as one of the neighbor's demented sons who's kept in a mental institution. Yeah. And he comes out for weekend furloughs, and they bring him over to meet this nice family who's his age.
Oh, my God.
He's the Cassandra of the movie. He's the guy, it's not going to work out. It's all terrible. Don't you see? And he's absolutely right about everything he says or thinks. But in this culture, he sounds crazy.
You've met my brother, and you've heard me tell stories about my cousin.
Yes.
That guy is those two people. He comes in and he just says whatever's on his mind in other people's house. It's like, I'm in your house and I'm going to tell you how fucked up you are.
Right.
But the thing is that he's telling the truth. And